Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we are going to talk about 49ers versus Bills. And after that, we're going to go ahead and talk about a certain player being released, if that's good or bad. If it's good or bad. And based on my smile, I think it's pretty good in my opinion. But we are going to talk about some practice squad moves with some offensive linemen, the weather at the Bills game, a couple of opinions from Matt Miyoko. I have them written down here. And yeah, we got kind of a packed show. There's a lot going on here. Didn't know which order to really put them in, so we're just going to roll with the punches. And if it makes for an awkward show, just jumping from subject to subject, it's going to be an awkward show from jumping from subject to subject. What am I going to do about that? Before we jump into any of this, though, sub if you haven't subbed already. Like the live. It helps me out a lot. Supports the channel, gets it out there, has people watch this, so we can all just have a conversation. Because that's really what this live is all about, just having a conversation. So jumping into the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do, 49ers versus Bills. Now, the weather. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Strawberry Reacts in the house. We got Strawberry Reacts. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope your holidays was good. Hope your holiday was good. They do expect it to snow 10 to 20 inches for the game. However, they do expect the snow to dissipate into light showers during kickoff. So that's good for the game. However, we're still going to be dealing with some snow for sure. So that's going to be a crazy game. And that could work in our favor, even though the Bills have a lot more experience in the snow and bad weather than we do. But hey, accidents can happen to anybody. So it could be good or bad, you know. Juan in the house. Good to see you, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope you've been good. Hope your holiday was good. Thanks, Strawberry. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Also, during the halftime show of the Bills, Val in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. First ever drone show at halftime with the Bills, which is kind of funny because it's going to be raining or whatever. So you think that the rain would mess with the drones and kind of like screw that up. Apparently it won't. Apparently it's not that bad and the drones will be able to handle it. And what's going to happen is the drones are going to be obviously a light show and they're going to show things of Bills formations and et cetera, stuff like that. Obviously because it's their stadium and their show, but it's the first ever drone show. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they actually show it on TV and they don't fucking cut it off because Lindsey Sterling only got like 2 seconds of viewership time, which I thought was bullshit. So we're probably barely going to see it. So, but anyway, first ever drone show. Should be fun. It's going to be about 8 minutes according to 8 minutes. And it's going to be about 500 drones. 500 drones in the sky, dude. That's crazy. I'm ready to get destroyed on Sunday. I am not ready to get destroyed. Technically, based on expectation, sure, but I am not ready. I believe that we could do it. I believe that we could do it. I think we could beat the Bills. I think we could do it. With Brock Purdy in there, man, game changer, okay? We could do it. I'm excited. But the expectation certainly on paper would be that the 49ers would probably lose the Bills. However, the Bills, from what I saw in their injury report, they're doing some serious – they have some serious issues themselves, right? We're going to take a look at the injury report, and I'll show you exactly how much injuries they're dealing with, where it might actually work out for us. It depends upon who's out and who's in, because we still don't know. But like Amari Cooper, Coleman might be out with wrist injuries, and a few other players, big-time starters for the Bills, might be out. So it could be a fair advantage to each other. The only difference is the Bills have more experience in bad weather. So do you pay mods? I do not. I do not pay mods. We're not a big enough channel for stuff like that. But we do have a mod though. It's usually Papa J. Papa J is my one and only mod. Good dude, well deserved. Well deserved. I'm hoping McCaffrey finally steps it up and does something. If we're gonna win, it's gonna take CMC, Kittle, and Purdy and Master. It's going to take we have to do everything that we did last week with shooting ourselves in the foot consistently, with all the opportunities we had to get into that game. If we just stop shooting ourselves in the foot, understand our disadvantages and stuff, and we lose by close games or just not by shooting ourselves in the foot and holding our own selves back, I'd be satisfied with that. And I do agree McCaffrey needs to start showing up because they keep bragging about how good he is. They keep bragging about how he's going to come back better than ever the next game. And it's just like, I'm tired of hearing that. We need to start playing Mason. We need to start playing some Garendo because I have heard Mason is no longer dealing with that shoulder injury. He's 100%. He's ready to go. And with that being said, Mason needs to get more reps, man. Mason's a lot more proven product. He's had a lot more momentum. He's so close to 1,000 yards. I think he's got like 200 and something to go. And I don't think you should take that from him. But yeah, CMC, man, he's had a big game. CMC needs to do his thing. I'm sick and tired of seeing this. I understand what injury he's coming back from, but I'm personally tired of seeing this discount McCaffrey on the field. It's absolute bullshit. I can't believe that we have that we're forcing the issue with Christian McCaffrey. So yes, hopefully he's figured it out. Hopefully he's able to push through his bilateral Achilles tendonitis, whatever mental game he's playing with that. Hopefully he can push through it, and we can see some old CMC. So far, CMC in the passing game hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been that bad. He's catching balls. But it's just the run game. He is a running back, and that's pretty bad. So is Ward playing? We're going to need him with Demo out. He's expected to play. Yes, he's expected to play. We'll jump into the injury report right now, and then we'll break down everything and then more stuff as well. Hopefully the O-line actually effing blocks. I know, but it's bad news when it comes to O-line. Trent is dealing with an ankle injury. Banks has concussion, and Pooney has a shoulder injury. So we might actually be without 3 offensive linemen in this game. And offensive line is already terrible, and it's literally the 3 best offensive linemen, literally the 3 best offensive linemen the 49ers have are possibly not playing. It's going to be Brendel and McKivitz, the 2 offensive linemen that every 49ers fan has been begging to get rid of, like just disappear and go away. Well, guess what? They're going to play. They're going to play, dude, straight up, dude. Oh, my God. Is Ward playing? We're definitely – yeah. Hopefully the O-line F blocks. Papa J in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Matthew always comes in here with some weird questions. Like, he never actually talks about football. He's like, so do you have mods? I think last week he asked me, like, do I actually have – how many people do I actually come in this live? I don't know. I don't know who Michael's giving me some vibes. All right. Pooty was full participant Friday. Hey, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. If it's full participant, most likely he's playing for sure. Not having Trent's going to be tough. Jalen Moore was okay, though. Yeah, according to apparently he wasn't that bad, but I'm not going to – like, you need to show me more than one game. You know what I mean? So, but it's definitely good. That's awesome that Jalen Moore was not a weak link upon everything. That's good to know. Maybe he's gotten better. Maybe he's not that player that we saw last year. Maybe he's gotten better. It's possible. Players do get better, and he is young. So, I don't know. We'll see. We're showing some love. And that's what I like to see. Some hello, Papa J. We got some love there. We got some love. J.O. Jalen Moore is fine pass pro. He's not a great run blocker. Barch not be much of a drop-off. Banks has been awful. Yeah, I've heard Banks has not been doing very hot this year. But, yeah, I mean – yeah, dude. And if he's not good at run blocking, Jalen Moore is, then that's kind of terrible on a lot of levels because this 49ers offense thrives on a good running game, a good outside run zone scheme. And if your offensive lineman can't block, I'm super shocked that the passing the aspect of Jalen Moore is what's keeping him on the roster, I think, because if he's not good at run block, that's just kind of weird. It's kind of like the opposite of what we're used to seeing with this offense. Usually the priority is the run blocking part and running and stuff like that. But if Jalen Moore is playing bad at run blocking, I'm surprised he's starting. I'm surprised he's even on the team. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into the injury report. I got it right here. Smack my doodles. Okay, so let's look at it. Do I have it up? I do have it up. That's good. It's good. Okay. Aaron Banks, concussion, did not practice. He is out. So we're 1 offensive lineman down. That is sad. That is super sad. Nick Bosa did not practice. He is out. That was expected. I do expect him to be out a couple of weeks, if not a few, just because if you're dealing with a hip injury like that, and hips are super important to pass rushing, and apparently he hurt both sides of his hips. So, yeah, I mean, that's a brutal loss. That is a significantly brutal loss. Jordan Elliott, another trench player, concussion, did not practice. He will be out. So the young man, Evan Anderson, needs to step up. So does Cleo Davis. Demetrius Fowles, knee injury. He's questionable, did not practice. I'm expecting not to play and have Bethune maybe take his spot, or maybe even possibly D. Winters. Diamador Norris also dealing with a knee injury that he had last week against the Packers. Did not practice, and will be out as well. This is making me want to cry the more I keep talking about this injury report. It's kind of making me sad. Christian McCaffrey, non-injury related wrestling player, did not practice on Wednesday. Full participant on Thursday. But I don't know what's going on here on Friday. What's going on here on Friday? It does not say limited, does not say did not participate, does not say anything. Was he there? Was he limited? That's all this thing tells me. That's kind of a weird thing to put there. If Christian McCaffrey needs to take a rest now, I mean, for fuck's sakes, if he has to take a break now, we better see more of Jordan Mason. We better see more of Isaac Grendo. If he cannot get through these practices and he needs these rest days, I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, why are we forcing an issue, especially in games that we know we need to steal? We need to steal this game against the Buffalo Bills. So I hope to see a little bit less of CMC and a little more of Jordan Mason, who's supposed to be fully healthy, along with Isaac Grendo. Trent Williams, ankle injury, did not practice, and he will be out. So that's 2 offensive linemen guaranteed to be out. And we will talk about players being brought up from the practice squad because there's a couple offensive linemen that will be. Kevin Givens, limited practice. I heard that Kevin Givens potentially most likely will play. So there's that. Same thing with Green. I heard that he's probably going to play too. Greenlaw is still out, still coming back from his Achilles tear. 21-day window. Do expect him to play at some point. I'm not surprised that his first week back, he's not playing. I'm not surprised by that. Shoulder injury for Dominic Pooney, limited practice, full participation in practice. Anytime you have full participation in practice at any point in the throughout the week, most likely they will play. So Pooney should be playing, and that we're only going to be missing 2 offensive linemen starting. Brock Purdy, right shoulder injury, was limited practice first 2 days and full participation. Again, full participation most likely means he's going to play, and he will play. And I do think he's going to play. Some people are questioning, like, should he play? It's like, yeah, of course he is. We're playing against the Buffalo Bills. We're not going to win this game. And it's a game we need to win. It's not impossible to win this game. I'm so tired of people throwing this game to the side as if, like, yeah, I get what you're saying with your expectations of, like, okay, we should lose this game. We should get destroyed. But we're still in it. We're still in the division. There's still things to play for. There's still things that we need to win. And the only way to do that is with the starters. If Brock Purdy is limited in practice, and full participation in practice, that sounds to me that he could play a whole 3 hours of football, well, 60 minutes, I guess, of football and be just fine. Barring he gets smacked in the shoulder and re-aggravates it, right? If he can throw the football, full participation in practice, and it's a game that we need to win, and we're trying to fight for the division, and considering how tight it is, play him. I don't know why people are saying to sit him. It's so weird to me. I'm so against that. It baffles me that people think we should rest Brock Purdy. I don't get it. Jacob Kelling has a concussion. Full participation. He's going to play for sure. Charvarius Ward is expected to play, coming back from his grievance. Not grievance sounds so terrible. From the loss of his daughter. Obviously, well, take his time, but if he's back, he's back. He's well needed. We definitely need him, especially with Giamador and Nor out. We definitely need him. I forgot who said that. I think that was Val, or was that one? Chris Connie, getting back from knee injury, limited practice, probably going to play. If not, it's not the end of the world. He's just a depth wide receiver. So that is the injury report for the San Francisco 49ers. And regarding the offensive linemen for Aaron Banks and Trent Williams, we are calling up Sebastian Gutierrez. I'm assuming that, but we're probably going to call him up later today. We did release Cameron Irving, who we picked up on Wednesday. Decided to release him, which is kind of sad because I had high hopes. I was like, at least he might be a depth player, at least, but no, apparently that's not good. But Sebastian Gutierrez is back. And then, so that's the 2 players that we're definitely going to call up. We're going to call an offensive lineman, and then there'll be another open spot with the release of Ronnie Bell. With the release of Ronnie Bell, we've opened up a roster spot, so that's no longer just being wasted on absolute shit. So there's a lot to be happy about here when it comes to that. It's something. Releasing Ronnie Bell was like Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch's way of saying, hey, we know this year's not going great, but here's a gift. Release. So 2 off spots will be open. And with those 2 roster spots being open, most likely we're going to call one up from the practice squad to permanently take that spot of Ronnie Bell, while another we're going to call up for probably just 1 game. And so, yeah, and probably leave that one roster spot open all the time, just so, because we're dealing with so many injuries that every week we don't know which one we're going to need more, like position-wise. So we're probably always going to have 52 men on the roster and then just have that one open spot for whatever major position we need to call somebody up for. That's probably what they're using that last spot for. I got to let my dog in. She is sweating. I'll be back. Be right back. Like the live, guys. Appreciate it. All right, I'm back. I'm here. All right. Now I'm here. All right. So we got through the open roster spots, and then obviously we'll talk about Bell in a second, but let's get through the rest of this injury report. I know you guys made comments. I'll get those in a second. I just want to get through the injury report, and then we'll jump into the conversation. So for the Bills, they actually have their own issues. Just the fact is we only know, 2 players are out for sure, while the rest are kind of dealing with injuries. We don't know the exact extent of their injuries, but it does seem like most of them are coming back. So Bernard will be back, Spencer will be back, Carter will be back, Coleman may not be there, Mari Cooper should be full participation. So all these players here should be coming back. The only questionable one I see here really is Keon Coleman and obviously Dalton Kincaid. So they're getting all their players back. If this is they are coming back from their bye week, so of course they can rest and get their players back and stuff. So they're going to have majority of their team back, it seems. If this says full participation on Friday, that's kind of bad. That's kind of sad. The only real player they possibly will be missing is Coleman, and who they're missing for sure is their tight end, Kincaid. So we're probably going to be dealing with a fully loaded Bills team. Perfect for the Bills. If you're a Bills fan, you should be happy about this because that means you're coming off a bye, right? Against a team that's struggling with a shit ton of injuries, right? This is a perfect opportunity for the Bills themselves to just go off. This is it. They got all their players back pretty much. They're well rested. They're close to the playoffs. They're for sure going to the playoffs. The Bills, they should be on cloud 9 right now, especially with all these players coming back. So that is the injury report for the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. My God, may the Lord have mercy on our souls, 49er souls, because I tell you what, it doesn't look great. One isn't wrong where he expects us to be destroyed. You're not wrong to feel that way, but we can win this game. We can win this game. So that is the injury report. Let's get to some comments. Be sure to like the live, guys. Helps me out a lot. Appreciate it. Let's see what we got here. Let's go all the way up. Damn, I missed a lot of comments. My bad, guys. My bad. Burford was terrible at right guard, but I don't know if he'll be good at left guard. Maybe. I've heard, I forgot, I think it was Strawberry that says that he's better at left guard. I think someone said that. I don't remember what it was, but I'm all for it. If he plays better somewhere else, I'm all for it. I keep forgetting about Burford. I'm not going to lie. How good is the Bills defense? The only time I really saw a Bills game, Bills versus Ravens, and they were horrible. I don't think they're that bad. I don't know the statistics, but from what I gathered, they're good enough. They win games. They make plays when they have to. I actually thought that the Bills were going to be worse this year because they got rid of a lot of players on defense and had to use a lot of new players. But, hey, it's working out for them. Defensive coordinators popping off. I think they're doing good. I haven't heard any Bills fan complain about their defense. So the defense should be fine, which is bad for us because, again, offensive lines looking iffy, no IU. Dealing with rookies will be starting. Debo's not the same. C's not the same. It's going to be good for the Bills, man. He wasn't bad in spot duty when he came in for Banks early in the year. Oh, yeah, I was right. Kind of surprised they're playing Barch over Burford. I know, right? Is that what they're doing? They're playing Barch over Burford? Is that what they're doing? That's kind of weird. That is shocking, actually. I'm not going to lie. Santa Clara fell in the house. Let's kick ass, Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang. I'm like, hey. I like that vibe. I like Santa Clara, man, putting some water in that empty cup, dude. Good shit. That's what I like to see. I'm not sure if it's because Burford isn't that bad or because Banks. I know you don't even know, dude. Like, which one is it, dude? Like, which one is it? What up, Sam? In the house? Sam in the house? We got to keep winning. We got to keep the winning standard going and not get into a habit of giving up mid-season because our playoff hopes are not alive. That's a loser mentality. I agree. I think, especially considering our hopes are still alive. I mean, seriously, look at this division. Most of the division hasn't even played each other yet. They just started last week. So there's that happening that still needs to happen for them. Not to mention, there's game. They could. Last time I checked all the rosters of the division, they could lose about 4 or 5 games. If that's the case, guess what? That means that we could still fight for the division and win it. Again, we've played most of our division already compared to the rest of the division. So expect some losses from them. Expect some drops from here and there. All we got to do is just win the games that we're supposed to. Well, not really supposed to, but more likely to win compared to the Bills and Lions, because we could beat the Chicago Bears. we can beat the Miami Dolphins. We can beat the Rams, and we can beat the Cardinals. And I think there's another game in there I'm missing, but there's still potential here, right? It just looks grim because we're 5-6. We're not a positive record, and we're past halfway through the season. But we're not out yet. It's not over. It's truly not. Like, seriously, once the Cardinals lose another game against their division, like someone in the division, or if the Rams lose another game against, like, there's so much that can still happen. It's just that people are so focused on just us, right? And you should be focused on us, but you can't ignore the possibilities based on, if you look at what the Rams have to play, who the Seahawks have to play, and who the Cardinals have to play, there is a window for this team to still make the playoffs and win the division. Brock did the press on Friday. He's starting, no doubt. He is starting. I told my 49ers friend that you has joined the stream. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Showing some love. Hey, man. Appreciate the advertisement. That's cool, dude. Appreciate it. Shout out to Sam. Thank you. Yes, go Sharks. I'm a Kings fan. Sorry. I am a Kings fan. I'm either a Kings fan or a Kraken fan, one of the two, because I'm from Washington State, and I've always wanted them to have a hockey team, and they finally got one. So I'm a Kings fan or a Kraken fan, because I was a Kings fan before Washington got a team. Watch us go 11-6 because we released Ronnie Bell. That would be so fucking funny, dude. That would be some shit, dude. Hope we release the Ronnie Bills that Cowling is ready to play more snaps. 110%. I didn't think about that, actually. That's actually true. I'm assuming they probably believe in Cowling more, not to mention they finally accepted the fact that Bell is just not getting anywhere, not showing any progress. He's just a hindrance to Brock Purdy. Like, literally, Brock Purdy could not trust this man to save his life. And Ronnie Bell being released is such a – it might be a blessing, a way bigger blessing in disguise than we may give it credit for. Yeah, we didn't like him, but – now with him out of the line, Brock Purdy himself can have more faith in his receivers. Brock Purdy most likely will throw it to receiver and they will catch it. So this could say a lot. And I mean, we could go 11-6 because Ronnie Bell got released. More faith out there on the field, Brock Purdy can change everything. So, and that does probably mean that Jacob Cowling is probably going to get more reps. Brock Purdy probably believes in Cowling a lot more, because it didn't seem at the start that Brock Purdy was really utilizing Cowling too much. But hopefully this means that Cowling is going to get more reps and more time, especially with our receivers constantly getting hurt and Ronnie Bell is no longer being forced into the lineup just because he's familiar with the playbook. You know what I mean? Tell Papa J said hi. We can't see each other's comments. Hey, Papa J, Sam says he's high. So Papa J says hi. What up, brother? Sam. Sorry, I'm in and out today doing some shopping. Nice. A snowstorm favored us, actually. We just need to go back to our smash mouth identity and run it down the Bills' throat with physicality. Both Mason and CMC are better than their backs. I do agree. Even the weekend, I don't know. Who's there? It's not Zach Moss. Why do I keep thinking Zach Moss? They have Cook. Cook's actually a pretty good running back. I think he's actually probably Cook right now is better than the CMC that we're seeing right now. I think. Mason, no. Mason's a starter in this league. Mason is a top 10 back. Mason deserves to start in this game. So I do think that when you get back to our Smash North team, what we're doing early in the year was perfect, right, with the run game situation. Mason was popping off. Garendo was popping off when we needed him. Garendo was like, he wasn't consistent, but when you needed a big run or when you need a big play, he was clutch. So shout out to them. I do agree. We need to run the ball. Just run ball. Especially with Brock Purdy, in my opinion, kind of has slippery hands. That's kind of one of Brock Purdy's weaknesses. There's been a few times now where he tries to tuck the ball back in and the ball slips from his hands. And with it raining pretty much, we should run the ball a lot more. So I do think that. I agree with that. Santa Clara coming in with the hot takes. Not hot takes, but great fire takes. Spitting off fire. Hey, Chiefs fan, I hate the Bills, so go Niners. I like this live. Hey, I like the live. I appreciate it. Kangs, cool. All good. Did you read my comments? Sorry, my phone died. I did read your comments, 110%. Bell was playing over Cowling because he was a good run blocker. You know, Kyle loves his receivers who can block. That's true. If you cannot run block, you're not playing. Which is weird because if you can't run block, Like if run block is such a high priority, you think they would run a lot more. If run blocking was such a like dire need to be in your wide receiver, you think there'd be a lot more runs. You think? I was scrolling through comments. Who on earth is Matthew Gay? I don't know, dude. He comes in every now and again. He comes in like literally for like 1 minute, asks me a weird question about my channel, and then dips. I don't know why. I feel like I get a little paranoid. Garendo is getting better with each rep. He needs more reps to get those big runs. He only has 1-2 runs games. He's not very efficient. He does need more reps. I mean, he was getting better as the year was going on. I still think he was raw. I did see that there was like he would consistently make the same mistake, run into guys, etc. But yeah, definitely, man. Like I said, when you needed a big run or a big play or whatever, Garendo has that big run. He's done it twice, I think, so far at the end of the game to clinch it. And then a couple big ones for a first down. So he's got that clutch factor I think Garendo has. He does need more reps. I agree. Well, if Kyle screwed Mason over so his value is low and they can afford him to keep him? I hope not, because then you're sacrificing the season. Right? I don't think he's doing that, because if you're doing that, you're sacrificing the season. I think it's truly just Kyle wanting CMC out there. I don't think it's really anything against Mason. I think it's just that. I think he's just not thinking about Mason, and he's thinking about CMC and getting him going. Right? That's what I think it's all about. I don't think there's some grand scheme of like, hey, let's just not play him so much so we can afford him. Because I'm telling you right now, Mason has already earned that money. You know, right? Like somebody out there is going to give Jordan Mason whatever it is that running backs are getting paid these days. Right? Maybe not the top dog, but someone will pay $10 million for Jordan Mason. Someone will do that. Right? We shouldn't do that. He's already earned that money. He's already earned that reputation. He's already earned the reputation of being a starting running back in this league. So I think if that is the case, that's kind of – I hope Kyle's not doing that because, again, Jordan Mason's already proved himself. So it's too late to do anything like that. So this is the taco. Does he know he's getting paid by YouTube? He does YouTube as a W. I don't think he does. Like you need a lot more subscribers and more view time and stuff like that. A lot of people are underestimating just how much view time you need and actually just how many followers you actually need. I think people underestimate that really. One, he's an RFA, so they can tender him, and if they don't want him to go, they can just trade him. You talking about Juwan Jennings? Yeah, I need to keep his ass 110%. I don't think he's an RFA anymore. Or do you mean Mason? Mason's an RFA. I think you mean Mason. Mason's an RFA. Then I don't know why Mason's isn't being used, being maybe cautious, a little dumb. I think it's a lot of pride. It's something I preach about. It's something I preach about a lot. It's two people enabling each other. It's Kyle saying, hey, I want CMC out there because, hey, let's get CMC out there. He's this all-star running back. While CMC is also not doing us favors either by shutting himself down. I think it's just two people boosting each other's ego, two people pushing the situation to put CMC out there. One of them, CMC, should be self-aware and be like, hey, I'm not doing very well, lower my snaps until I get back into shape, until I still feel it again, because he's not. So I think CMC also needs to tell Kyle because Kyle's not going to tell him. So it's like there's this dynamic of working together to get CMC out there. No, so that's what I thought. That's what. Is he about monetized 2K? Is he how much I need to get monetized? I have 2K. It's not really about followers. I can have 10,000 subscribers and not get monetized. It's really about view time, and with shorts, it's how many views. There's nothing to do with. I could have 100,000 subscribers, but it wouldn't earn me a dime if I don't have a certain amount of views and watch time hours as well when I'm done. He was neck to neck with Henry in terms of best running back, and Kyle quit using. I know it really truly was just CMC's back, so let's get him out there. We just extended him, restructured his contract, so decided to put him out there. And that's the sad part is I appreciate this a lot. I feel bad for Mason because he was having such an incredible season. He was such an unknown. People were shocked by this guy. And I feel bad for him because that was taken from him. That glory that he deserved has been taken from him because two people are enabling each other and not thinking about Jordan Mason. And at the very least, I mean, if you're going to just push back Jordan Mason, do it right. Do it correctly. Get reps, half the reps to Mason, half the reps to CMC. do it right. Don't just force CMC in there. And I think the reason why we didn't get a lot of good runs in the past few weeks is because we're forcing CMC out there. I think we could have got good first downs out there. I think we could have played a lot better with Mason out there. We lost certain games. I think, like, we beat the Bucks, whatever. Then we lose to the Seahawks and the Packers. I mean, could you imagine if we had Mason out there instead of CMC a little more? I'm not saying we would have won, but it would have looked a lot better. It would look. I don't know why he's not playing. I just know that they can tender him if he's not. Yeah, they can tender him. I would tender him because you want to get something out of him, right? I would tender him. You want to get something because you know he's going to get paid for sure. Yo, it's me, Debo Prods. What up, dude? Welcome. Water. Sorry, sponsorship. Water. It's good for your face. It's good for your blood. It's good for your body. Drink water. All right, so that is the injury report. We just got done talking about Jordan Mason. We just got and how we should get played 110%. He should be playing more than CMC, but we need to accept we're going to be upset about it all year. But you and I both know, you and me, right? We know that CMC is going to get a shit ton of reps regardless. We know CMC is going to see the rock way more than Mason, and Mason's going to see the ball maybe once or twice, and same thing with Garendo. We know that. So we have to prepare ourselves for that. And it truly is, and it does seem, I've noticed this the past few weeks with the way Debo speaks, the way John Lynch speaks, the way Kyle speaks, that there is this hierarchy and kind of click thing happening. Like there's a certain tier of players where they'll always get priority no matter what the situation is. Debo is that guy, even though he's not been productive, but that's how the club sees him as a top tier guy, right? Not playing as great, but he can do where the fuck he wants. CMC, same up there. He's not playing the same, but he can do where the fuck he wants. It's just there's this tier of players where they can get away with things. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I've noticed that. And then Kyle and John Lynch will go out of their way to defend them. There's this club of tier in the organization right now. And that's what's kind of hurting the team is because you're thinking, okay, Debo should get the ball more, should get more reps, should do this just because he's up here when really he has not lived up to that hype. And there's other players that are more deserving of targets, more opportunities than him. Same thing with CMC. It's like it's repeating itself. It's right before your eyes, right? And another thing with like Trent Williams, he gets like days off, and it's because he's a top tier guy when he hasn't been performing well either. But it doesn't matter because they are tier one in the club. They're platinum. They get the platinum card. They're on the top floor. They get special privileges. And if CMC wants more reps because he's in tier one, regardless of how well he's playing, he's going to get more reps. And that's my problem. It's like I know a lot of people want to get mad at Kyle, but it's like CMC knows this. He should know this. He should know that he's not playing very well, that he's hurting the team, and yet he decides to put himself in there by telling Kyle, I'm ready. Let's go. You're not ready. Let's not go. Sit your ass down. Come back next year. That's how I look at it. People want to talk about resting Brock. Fuck that. Rest CMC. Because at least Brock makes us better. Brock is our best option, right? But you're like, let's just put CMC out there. Nah, man, that's bonkers, dude. Absolute bonkers. CMC is not going to do it though, because CMC is a lot like Kyle. It seems like it didn't matter because CMC was so good, right? It didn't matter because CMC always performs, so he could act however he wants, force himself in the lineup, do whatever because he's the best option, right? Well, now he's not, and now we're seeing the whole him forcing himself out there situation and doesn't look good. Because you also need, like I said, you need to put a little bit on CMC. He needs to be a little self-aware. And he's not going to do that. He's not going to pull himself out. He's always going to think to himself, I'm better than Jordan Mason. I'm better than any option you could possibly put out there. He's always going to think that of himself. So we're kind of stuck between a rock and a high place with ego and former talent. So all these players that were so fucking good last year, excluding Debo, but like coming back this year, they're carrying that ego over. while their talent is being lost at the same time. And it's just showing their blemishes. We see their scars. We see their liver spots. It's bad. So, yeah. It's all the ego thing, the hierarchy is starting to show itself. So, all right. Go 49ers, bang, 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 bang. We can still win it, though. I know I'm talking a lot of shit right now and kind of speaking negatively, but that's just the reality of things. We can still win it, though. I don't think it's impossible. Taco Bell Cup ad. I kind of thought that, too. I was like, I'm kind of helping out Taco Bell for a few weeks, but he petered out quick. He's not good. Good goal line back. Henry inside the 10. He's scoring more often than not. Mason only had 3 rushing TDs. He's struggling red zone. Yeah, we have the struggle red zone thing, but he's been fantastic between the 1 yard and 8 yard line. He's playing better than any back in the league between those numbers. But yeah, Mason in the red zone for some reason he definitely overthinks it. It's almost as if like he gets so close he can almost taste it to the point that he's just overthinking everything. Right? He's like, oh, I need a touchdown, and he salivates at the idea and he's running into blockers, making poor decisions because there was multiple times I've talked about it before where there's been a wide open gap. And if he just trusted the gap and waited for that tight end to come in, he would have had a touchdown. I think that happened a few times. He doesn't trust the hole that he should. It's crazy. Mason should wear down the defenses, then him with CMC and finesse. Kyle's out coaching himself. Makes me want to tear my hair out. 110%, dude. 110%. 110%. Is Brock playing? He is playing. Let's go. I don't want Allen. Yeah, I don't want Allen here. Allen for a backup quarterback. I truly want you guys to understand backup quarterback. 33 between 64 and 33, right? He's actually not that bad. He's in between. He didn't play that bad. I thought he was going to play significantly worse, right? But you did see moments in that game where you thought to yourself, if he was Brock Purdy, I think we got a first down. Hey, I think we got a touchdown there if Brock Purdy was playing. There's a couple times that happened. Taco Bell Cup ad. Wow, Wolf, you have an ad for blowing up toilets before the Panthers Super Bowl. Hey, I'm promoting cheap food right now. This is free advertisement, but I'm promoting cheap food for everyone because I get a meal for 2 for $18 at fast food. It's in the bell. Steve Stoney doesn't control the snaps he gets. Yeah, but you know for a fact that if he told Kyle Shanahan, hey, I can't play, or hey, don't be using him, Kyle would listen to him. But that's just a dump off and saying, oh, well, I don't control the snaps. I just go out there and I play. That's bullshit. Okay? You know for a fact, if I was playing bad as a player and I'm telling you, hey, I'm hurting the team, I could get back. I'm just not there yet. I told the coach that, hey, stop hurting the team. I'm certain Kyle will listen to him. Certain of it. Kyle's got fingers punched all over this. He's wearing CMC to the bone. Yeah, I did that last year for sure. The bilateral Achilles tendonitis came out of nowhere. There was zero reason that he was hurt in February. There was zero reason. Like, it was okay. He was tired. He was exhausted. Everything looked fine. And then it blows my mind that suddenly he has this injury. And it just came out of nowhere. It really gives into the Madden curse. It's just crazy, dude. It's just crazy. Well, yeah. Well, I think he would fight back. But, yeah, definitely. He's not going to take himself. Exactly. He's not taking himself off the field. That's the problem. Elijah Mitchell sucks, though. Elijah Mitchell is, I think he's on IR. I think he's on season-ending IR. I think he's gone for the rest of the season. I don't think he can come back. So, AIFCs and rigorous workouts is what killed our injuries, in my opinion. I've never been to the only reports I get are from like Larry Krueger, Grant Cohn, just because he does have eyes on it. And I like to hear all perspectives of the training camp. So yes, I do listen to him in the off season. So I get all perspectives. David Lombardi as well. So they tell me how the training camp was. I don't know if it was really rigorous or anything like that. I did hear that it's different compared to other places. and it's a lot harder. But I feel like that's always been the case with our practices. They've always been kind of different because other players in the past, for the past few years, have come out and said, yeah, the 49ers have hard practices. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. Like Kyle Shanahan does not lay off on practices for sure. You're all right about that. They're always rigorous practices. But we've been having rigorous practices ever since I think Kyle's been in the league, right? A 49ers head coach. So I think he's always been there. Oh my God. I'm losing my voice, y'all. Losing my voice. All right. So going back to the 49ers versus Bills game here. The Bills are favored by 6 points. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. All right, we can do it though. We could do it. Check this out. Check this out. I know it's not a divisional game, so it's a little bit different. We all know divisional games are different. All right, a bad team in the division against the best team in the division. The best team could lose. That happens. Divisional games are not the same. But I mean, the Lions were 10-point favorites, and the Bears almost won, but Bears did Bears things, right? We could do the same thing to the Bills, man. They're up by 6. They're favored by 6, man. We would be the first time we were favored against, I forgot what team it was, by like 6-something points, and we lost that one. We could do it here. We can. We got Brock Purdy. I know we don't got Trent Williams. I know we don't got Bosa, but at least we got our quarterback back, right? And Brock Purdy's had his reps with Pearsall, has his reps hopefully now with Cowing, has his reps with Debo, hopefully just screens and jet sweeps, even though he's not the same at that, but I digress. CMC's out there. Kittle's out there. Kittle's fine. Even if Kittle has an injury, he pushes through it usually. Kittle's a beast like that. So the only the worry that I have is the offensive line when it comes to the offense. I'm not worried about the weapons. I'm just worried with Trent Williams out and most likely Banks and Banks out as well. That entire left side is going to be vulnerable. That left side is going to be brutal. And that is Brock Purdy's blind spot. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. So it looks bad for Brock Purdy just because that blind spot, and he could take a hard hit. Brock Purdy can get laid the fuck out. It's definitely possible. As for the defense aspect of things, it's going to change, especially since we don't have a pass rush. We're going to see the same bullshit that we saw last week, where it's just the pass rush is not there. The defense, no Demo as well. Ward is just coming back, so I don't expect Ward to be the same. And Allen's slinging it right now, dude. Allen is hot. He's playing hot right now. The 49ers are going to have to score a lot of points. There's no way that the 49ers are going to win this game like 17-14, right? We're going to see once again the defense bend, break, allow a big run, allow a deep ball, etc. We're going to see things like that, okay? But however, last week, the 49ers still got a couple plays that they needed for the 49ers offense to perform, even though they didn't, right? There were still some opportunities for the 49ers to get back into that game. So if the 49ers defense, I think, can play somewhat like they did last week, all right, just somewhat, all right, and not give the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers short field consistently, I think this defense could probably hold them to maybe like 21 points, maybe 24. So if this 49ers team can get about maybe 27, 31 points, I know that's asking a lot considering the offensive line issues and the blind spot of Brock Purdy, but he still has the weapons. He can make it happen. We can win this game. We can win this game 27-24. And that is my prediction of this game. We are going to win this game 27-24, and that is my prediction. And I got the over, obviously, because the over of this game, the over-under is 44.5. So I got the over on this, and I do think it's not going to be a 6-point game. I don't think they're going to blow us out, especially considering it's going to snow, and it might work in our favor. We don't know. I can't listen to Grant Cohn anymore. Not since the Ricky Pearsall shooting. He showed his true colors. I don't care. Yeah, that was weird, dude. That I can't believe he took an opportunity to take a shot. Yeah, you're right, dude. That's so low. Like to say the things that he said in that moment, wild, dude. It's wild. It's like I don't want to turn this into that kind of stream. So I'm just gonna try to walk away from it. But I do agree. I can't believe, like, it's just the scumminess of it, man. The wormtail of it all, you know. Just All right, by offseason, I mean away from the facility. The forecast aided by eventually was off the charts from what I hear. For sure, for sure. I think we're going to steal this win. Upset for Buffalo. I hope the rest of the NFC West loses. Wouldn't that be something? It's possible, man. They have some games that they can lose. There's like 4 or 5 games in like each team that they can lose games. Let me go ahead and actually bring up their schedule so we can actually look at it together. I did it last live, but let's go ahead and do it again so we can reassure ourselves here. So here is the Green Bay Packers. Here's the Green Bay's Packers. Not Green Bay. Seattle Seahawks. There's the Seattle Seahawks here. All right, so Seattle Seahawks shit right here. So the Seahawks play the Jets. All right. We can say that the Jets are going to lose this game. All right. It could be a trap game for the Seahawks, but I'm confident that the Seahawks are going to win this one. So they get a W. Okay, right? Seahawks versus Cardinals, that could be a loss. That could be a loss for the Seahawks. I prefer the Cardinals to win at this point, though, because we want the division to split because we're split. So, and then we have to beat the Rams and Cardinals, of course. But it's not the end of the world if the Seahawks beat the Cardinals. That could be a W as well. They were going to lose to the Packers. They could lose to the Vikings. They could lose to the Bears. Believe it or not, that defense is solid. That defense is solid with the Bears. And that offense for the Seahawks is not that great. Geno Smith is playing not the worst quarterback, but he's not playing as good as he used to. So the Bears could win that one, and then the Rams could win this one. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 4 or 5 losses here. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I know the teams that we play are hard, right? But they're not. But you also got to look at them. They're not playing some chumps either. They're playing some games that they could easily lose as well. Who else do we got? We got the Cardinals. Arizona. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to bring it up. Oh my God, my eyeball. Okay. Share this tab. Next up, we got the Cardinals at the Vikings. The Vikings could beat the Cardinals there. Seahawks, again, could beat the Cardinals there. The Cardinals beat the Seahawks. That's 2. The Patriots, Cardinals are going to win that one against the Panthers. I don't know, man. Panthers have been showing a little bit of fight as of late. They almost beat the Chiefs. But I'm still going to give the W to the Cardinals for sure. They could lose to the Rams, and then we have to beat them. That's 4 losses. So I see about 3 or 4 losses for the Cardinals. Okay? 3 or 4 losses for the Cardinals. Then the Rams. What we got? Rams play the Saints. Saints are probably going to lose that one. I don't know. We'll see. Saints are weird. The Rams are going to lose to the Bills. We are going to beat the Rams. The Rams are going to beat the Jets. Cardinals or Rams. Just depends how that goes. That could be a loss as well. And the Seahawks against the Rams, that could be a loss as well. So that's about 3 or 4 losses. So we can win this. We can go 9-8 and win the division. And we can go 10-7, we can win the division. 9-8 though, oh my God, nothing beyond that. We cannot go beyond the 8 loss mark and go to the playoffs. So we're still playing with lives. We're 5-6. We can go 10-7. We need a lot of things to go our way still, but we can go at 9-8. But I repeat, I do not think that we could go at 7-10. 7-10 is not going to get it. Right? Or was it 8-9 is not going to get it, I mean. So that's how I see it. Yeah, we need the rest of the NFC to lose. They could very well lose. They have about, like I said, the Rams and Cardinals, I see about 3 or 4 losses. Seahawks, I see about 4 or 5. There's holes. The Cardinals have an easy schedule besides the Vikings. At least it's New York and Jets are coming off a bye. We'll see. I mean, that could be a trap game. Could be a trap game. I think Jets are going to do us a solid. I like Santa Clara's positivity, man. There's a lot of negativity going on with the 49ers, man. I like it. I like it. Pour some water in that cup. We are so lucky that we're not that we're in a sucky division. I know you think they would take off, but they've lost against some bad teams as well. The Cardinals did. Same thing with the Seahawks. We just have to beat the Rams and we have to beat the Cardinals. Outside of that, there's a good chance. If we could just win those 2 games coming up, which I do think we can do, we can go to the playoffs. I think we should be a lot more optimistic than the media is portraying the 49ers, just because on paper they're last in the NFC division, even though it's super fucking tight. Okay. And I feel like people are really there is like, don't get me wrong, there is a reality of like, okay, we're not playing as good, potentially not going to playoffs, but everyone's like, 49ers suck. There's no way they could make it. It's over. They should just quit and it's done. And it's like, no, dude, it's still technically tight. The other teams still have things that they have to worry about. The other teams can choke in the second half of the season. That happens all the time, especially in this weird random division we're in right now, where everyone just sucks, right? I think the Rams don't feel good about their 5-6. Cardinals shouldn't feel good about their 6-5 right now because guess what? They're kind of slipping. Seahawks are riding a little hot after a victory against the 49ers and Cardinals. They should be. But they could very well lose it. Out of the entire division so far, as of right now, earlier in the season, I was more concerned about the Cardinals. But as of right now, I'm more concerned about the Seahawks. But then again, like I said, I see the Seahawks potentially losing about 4 or 5 games, which gets us the win of the division. So there's still things to look forward to. What else? Oh yeah, this is a fun little tidbit. Before we get out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and watch Kyle Shanahan's final presser before the game. But before they do that, I'm going to tell you guys a fun little tidbit that Matt Miyoko said that I thought was kind of funny that I think you guys would probably be interested in having an opinion on. Matt Miyoko says that that Ronnie Bell might very well go to the Chargers because the Chargers are having some wide receiver issues and they need wide receivers. And I think that's absolutely fucking hilarious. But it would even be more hilarious, but I wouldn't like it if suddenly Bell just pops off for the Chargers. I could totally see that. I could see it because that does happen. Sometimes if a player just has a fresh start, everything changes for them, right? And if he goes to the Chargers, I do see him actually seeing the field and I do see him actually seeing targets. But what would be more funny than having 2 of the most drops-esque, prone wide receivers on your team? You got Quentin Johnson, who wasn't playing that bad. He was catching some balls, actually. He was playing pretty good first half of the season. Now he's back to his old ways, dropping easy-ass shit. He's dropping the easiest balls. Quentin Johnson's back to his old self. And they pick up Ronnie Bell. So the Chargers will have Ronnie Bell and Quentin Johnson, 2 of the most drop-prone fucking wide receivers in the league. That would be the most funniest shit to see, just to see constant drop. So, I mean, on the bright side, at least from what I hear, Quentin Johnson run blocks, and so does Ronnie Bell. So at least they got some run blocking over there with the Chargers. But I thought that was a funny little tidbit, and I do see the Chargers picking up Ronnie Bell. Believe it or not, guys, believe it or not, I do think he's going to get picked up by somebody. I do think that some team who needs a wide receiver is going to pick him up and give him a shot, right? They're going to think to themselves, oh, the 49ers kept him on the roster for a reason. They worked hard to keep him on the roster for a reason. It just didn't work out. They're going to think to themselves, hey, we can fix him. Because he did have that rookie year, right? He had a spark. There was something there. There is something there in Ronnie Bell. It's just that his other crap that is so terrible is so much of a burden, it's not worth trying to dig up that talent that he has. Because there is something there. It's just not punt returner, right? We just can't experiment, right? We can't have those risks. We can't have Ronnie Bell in the squad. But I'm telling you right now, someone's going to see that thing that I see where there is something there. They think they're going to fix him. They think they're going to turn Ronnie Bell into a stud because, again, his rookie season, he showed flash. And I think someone's going to try and pick up on that, and I wouldn't be shocked if it's the Chargers. I really wouldn't. But I would just laugh my ass off if it was just 2 of the most drop-prone wide receivers in the league are on the same exact team. Would be wild to me. I would actually want to see that. I actually would look forward to a Chargers game at that point, just to see the circus. You know what I mean? All right. Be sure to like the live, guys. We're going to go ahead and jump into Kyle's presser, and then we'll bounce. And, of course, tomorrow, do not worry, the Wolfie and Poggy show is still on, 9 a.m. Pacific time before the games start. We're going to do predictions. I'm going to gloat my ass off because I won last week, so I'm now 5-7. He is 7-5. He's gonna choke, and I'm gonna win this shit. All right. The Ravens came in clutch. Okay. They got me the W I needed against the Chargers. And this week we're gonna win again. We're gonna catch right back up. Because I swear to God, if I went 4-8, it was over. All right. So we're hanging on the edge here. All right. And we are going to think of a punishment towards the end of the year for the loser. Right. It's gonna be something basic, like have to eat a lemon or something like that. Something basic, right? Push-ups or something. But there is something to lose and something to gain in bragging rights. So hopefully I get the W this week. I'm going to gloat with him tomorrow, so be sure you miss that. We're going to do predictions, talk about the 49ers news, obviously talk about the Packers loss because we haven't heard his opinion on it yet. So be sure to be there. Be sure to be there. It'd be great. Papa J says, are you going live for the game? I am. It's going to be on Sunday Night Football, so I'll be there. Should go live. I have nothing going on Sunday night. So, yeah, I should be going live for that game as well. So we can suffer together. That's the thing, man. Like, even though we're suffering together. And you know what? Misery loves company. So if we're all miserable, we need to have each other. That's what we need, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this Kyle Shanahan's press conference. What's your score prediction? 35-17 Bills win. I got a 27-24 W for the 49ers. But if you want me to give you like a try to remove my bias, like how I expect it to go, I believe we can win 27-24. My expectation, however, is I really do like that 31-17 score. I think that about sums it up. I want to say 31-17 because Brock is known, believe it or not, compared to other quarterbacks, Brock always scores double-digit points. I know that doesn't say a lot, but there's other quarterbacks that always score 7, like Hurts has done, or Dak Prescott, etc. You can count on Brock Purdy giving you like 17 points, right? You can count on it almost. So I do like that score, 31-17. I think that's a good one. But just to be different, just be a tad bit different, I'm going to say 31-23. Just because I think we're going to get a lot of field goals in there. Because that just happens. We always end up kicking field goals in the red zone. That just happens. So I predict like at least like 3, maybe, and maybe 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to say 31-23. But I definitely like that 31-17 score. I'm trying to keep my expectations low. It's like I want my heart ripped out. For sure. I'm not gonna hold it against you, man. I'm not gonna hold it against you. All right, so let's get to this live. This is Kyle Shanahan, pretty much telling us all we need to know about the injury stuff. But you know, I want to hear what he has to say. So, shut this tab. Boop. This is Kyle Shanahan giving us the good news. Maybe. We'll see.
All right, guys. Injuries for the game. Aaron Banks will be out. Jordan Elliott out. Demo Lenore out. Nick Bosa out. Trent Williams out. Greenlaw out. Flanagan Fowles questionable. Chris Conley questionable. Kevin Givens questionable. Bernardo Green questionable. Brock Purdy questionable.
Okay, so I want you to know, hearing that from the head coach sound a lot worse than reading it. I'm telling you that right now, dude. Like, hearing that out sounded a lot worse than just reading it on paper. Sorry, on the screen. I just got shot in the heart, guys. Give me a second. Reading that, dude. Oh my God, dude. It was like Demo out. Trent out. Like just it just shot me in the heart, dude.
Go ahead.
How did Brock fare the last 2 practices?
It was good. Yeah, it's great to get him back out there. I was able to go fully today, so that was a good day.
Full practice.
Yeah.
That would suggest that if he's full, he's playing on Sunday.
It would suggest that.
What you're saying, he will play on Sunday?
Yes. I mean, lots of things can happen between now and then, but right now he's playing, so he's Doing good. Had a good day.
Glock Purdy. Glock 30.
What's Charvarius Ward's situation? Do you expect him to step in and start or play? Or
Yeah, we expect him to play. He had a good week of practice. So it's looking like he's trending towards playing, and excited to get him back out there with us.
Great to have you back, man. Great to have you back.
With Lenore, is that a bruise? That's not ligament damage, right? It's
Right.
just the banging of the knee.
Yeah.
It's just deep bone bruise. But
Yeah. It's kind of like a quad contusion, but it's right on the bone. So it's, in that same area, kind of acts like one, but tried to go all week and just going to get it to go.
how do you fill in for Banks? What's the plan?
We'll see on Sunday, but one of our guys will be up playing that spot.
Why are you being secretive about that? Like, what's the point? What's the point? It's not like you have a secret weapon. It's not like, oh my God, Burford's going to be in there instead of Barch. Like, what? Just tell us, dude. Unreal.
What are your memories of your 2020 game against the Bills?
Not loving the situation we're in. We're living in Arizona, living in a hotel. It's it wasn't a fun time in any of our lives there. We were in a hotel, but we weren't allowed to go outside of our room, see people or anything like that. So we got to meet at practice and meet at the stadium on game day. But that wasn't a very fun game. Josh had a hell of a game. They played some good defense, and it was a tough loss.
you get involved at all in like just the with the weather situation potentially? How much do you pay attention to that in the days leading up to it? And then how much do you communicate with Jay about just what you guys need for the sideline?
Not much. I mean, Jaber's going to get as much stuff as he can. You're going to have the heated benches, and guys have the coats for when they come off. Guys usually do a pretty good job staying warm in between series, and when you get out playing, it's. I wish I could go out there and run around a little bit instead of just standing freezing. But no, guys got experience doing it. It's cold in Green Bay. I'm sure it'll be colder here, but it's part of the deal. We pay attention to it, not necessarily how cold always, but mainly the wind, snow and stuff like that. And I know how it is there right now. I'm sure it's going to be like that the next couple of days, but we kick off at 8 on Sunday, so a lot can change. I know in Buffalo, sometimes it can snow 3 feet in one spot and not snow 20 minutes away. So you really got to be ready for anything and deal with whatever it is at 8.
When?
So emphasis. Make sure everyone's wearing the right cleats, please. Because if I remember correctly, we did a lot of slipping. All right, and falling over. Okay, the past few weeks. Fix the cleats. It's going to be snowing. Be sure that's number one priority, dude. Focus on the cleats and the weather, and you have a huge job, equipment manager. Do not let us down, equipment manager. Who the fuck is equipment manager for the 49ers? You got a big job, dude. Who is it? Who the fuck is the equipment manager for the 49ers? You got a big job, dude. Jay Brunetti is his 8th season with the San Francisco 49ers Director of Equipment Operations. You got a big fucking job, dude. I do not want to see one player. Well, maybe one. I'll give you it just because, it's snowing. I'm not seeing 2 players be slipping and falling. You got a job, dude. You got a job. You got a job. Jay
Is there
Brunetti.
any thought about with Brock that he needs all that strength in his shoulder to be able to throw in that wind? And does that give you any apprehension at all?
I mean, I think everybody struggles to throw in that wind, even when you're healthy. So it depends on how much, how fast that wind's going. And I think that's kind of irrelevant for anybody, but Brock wouldn't be playing if he wasn't 100% at it. So, I think the fact that he's going to be playing means he's healthy.
Fred, said he has a.
So he's saying to us, he's saying to you, saying to all of us here, Brock Purdy's 100% healthy. So there's no excuse of injury here. That's what he's saying. No excuse.
His ankle has been playing with it
For Brock.
2 months. I mean, is there any concern of like you might have to shut him down at some point? looking at the numbers, I'm sure it has affected his play in some way. I guess is there concern it could get worse, or he just won't be able to play with it at some point?
No, I mean that's why we took him out the injury report a couple of weeks ago, months ago, or whatever. He hasn't needed to get rehab for it. Nothing's been changed for anything in practice. So lots of guys are banged up right now, but he wouldn't be playing if it could get worse.
What are you talking about?
Greenlaw, how did he make it through the week?
He had a real good week. It's great for him to get him back out there. It was great for us. We loved having him around. Just that first week of coming off Achilles, I think it's so crucial for the confidence of a guy. Got a lot of scout team reps. Did a lot of individual stuff with the guys, and it was a great week. And hopefully next week will be even better.
He's very good at setting my expectations super high. I'm not gonna lie to you for players coming back, because every time a player comes off injury reserve or whatever, he's been playing great, man. He's so good right now, dude. Like, the way I understand it wasn't like really, it's just maybe it's because he's my head coach, our head coach, and he's telling us good news about Greenlaw, so I'm setting expectation there. But I swear to God, the way he talks about it, he's telling me that Greenlaw's the same. Like, he looks really good. He looks like, yeah, well, like just tone it down, right? Tone it down. Don't put my expectations up here, man. Do not. Especially with Greenlaw, man. I have a special place for Greenlaw. I truly, there's like a little part of my heart where you open the door, you'll see a picture of Greenlaw. Okay? Do not tell me he looks great, good, and all that and fantastic. So that means I'm going to subconsciously put my expectations pretty fucking high. So,
I know coming into this week, you guys pretty much already determined he wasn't going to play.
Right.
Are your minds open next week that potentially he could play here?
I think they're open to it, but also the game after that's a Thursday night game, so it's I think that makes it a little harder, so we got to see how he feels and stuff, but with those games being so close, it's that's a problem too. So I'm not gonna decide at all right now. We'll see how next week goes, but I'd say it'd be an outside chance.
Did he show flashes where he was moving like Dre?
Oh yeah, I mean, when guys come back, they come back healthy, So like guys come back and they can move, they got fresh legs, they can go. But it's about getting that confidence to react. They've been moving full speed for a while before they come back to football. But when you come back to football, it's not really planned running and stuff. You got to react and cover people and backpedal and stop on a dime and go explode forward. So it's more about guys just getting that confidence, because it's such a traumatic injury when ripping your Achilles and stuff. So he moved great. It's just about building that stamina, building that confidence up, so he's ready to get into a football game.
Stop. That's what I mean, man. That's what I mean. He's pretty much saying, oh, does Dre look the same? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, dude. God.
Do you have any sense of when Trent or Bosa could return?
No, I mean, we understand kind of what's wrong with them. It's just kind of how it heals. And the guys, Trent especially hasn't been healing the way we hoped. Hopefully they got a better chance next week, but
he is pretty sick.
They ended up never getting back into practice this week, so ended up not being that close.
Will they stay behind?
Yes, they will.
All the guys who are out will stay behind.
I believe so.
All right.
Thank you, Kyle.
All right, guys.
Deuces, dude. All right. I did not like that. That was not. I like the other. I think it was like the press conference last week for the Packers game. I like that one. Not a fan. Injuries, obviously, but I did not like the way he was hyping me up for Greenlaw, man. I'm not. He better fucking look good, dude. Because that's what you did to me. You set that shit up, dude. You set that shit up. All right, comments. Have a good one, Papa J. Oh, Papa J's gone. Hey, take care, man. As always, Papa J, it was great. It's always good to have you, man. If we lose this game hard, we have Kyle hold the press. Yeah. Yeah. Injuries. C-Star in the house. Yes, injuries are terrible. It's 2020, man. There's a lot of head coaches that wouldn't be able to perform with this team. So injuries are brutal. Listen to Pretty Pressers to find the answer. We could do that. We could do that. Weather is a factor. That's football. Yeah, no doubt. There's some people that are like, take the weather out of it. Make sure everything's a dome. I'm not. I think weather is part of football, like you said. I think weather is a thing. I feel like it's something that should not be taken out of football. Not everyone should have a dome. And you're playing outside. Like that, it's like the whole point of football. Like some games are have bad weather, some games are not. Some games are going to favor a team because of that weather, sometimes they're not. I like domes, man. I'm not a dome guy. Oh, this is Greg from Stockton, California. Runners are getting blown out tomorrow. It's possible, but I think we can win it. 6-11 maybe next year. Nah. Bring on baseball. Greg Dayton is not a 49ers fan. I want you guys to know that. He's just trolling. So do not cave to the trolls. Maybe temper your expectations no matter what Kyle says. He could also mean he looks great and the coaches have tempered expectations. Maybe temper your expectations no matter what Kyle says. He could also mean he looks great and the coaches have tempered expectations. I don't know if I entirely get that message. I think I get it. But I do agree. Like there is a aspect of like, Kyle, who he is. He's going to pump people up and stuff like that. So recognize that and then pump your brakes. But it's just when you hear it, right? You hear from the guy who's supposed to be telling you this news, the guy who sees it firsthand every day at practice. It still kind of hits you in the back of the mind, Still kind of hits you. Nah, dude, there's just no way. I'm sorry, brother. If you are a 49ers fan, cool, but I don't believe you, respectively. If so, I'm sorry that you're jaded. I'm sorry that glass half full is your thing. I'm sorry that's the thing. If you truly are a 49ers fan, I'm sorry that's how you have to approach things. But I don't believe you. And that's okay. If you want to be a hater, that's fine. If you want to be negative, that's fine. But that's my perspective on it for people who aren't realistic but are clinging to the negative all the time. Like they just hit the negative points consistently all the time when not being logical. There's people that are over positive, such as like David Barty, for example, but there's people out there who ignore the logic, who protect themselves behind negative perspectives. So like, for example, if you told somebody my team's never going to win a Super Bowl, I know that, no matter how good they're playing, hey, my team's never going to win a Super Bowl, never win a Super Bowl, never win a Super Bowl. You're never going to set your expectations. You're never going to believe in your team. No one can ever truly give you shit because you're always down on your team. So it's really a defense mechanism that people use if you are a fan. And so it's like you're only going to be there for the good times. You're going to be negative all the time. You say we're going to suck. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. And it's only until we win a Super Bowl that you're just going to be like, okay, suddenly I'm a 49ers fan, truly, and we're going to celebrate. People hide behind negative things so to protect themselves from other people who want to press them. So if they say, hey, 49ers suck, you'd be like, yeah, I've always said the 49ers suck because they do. You're hiding behind that because you can't handle criticism. You can't handle jokes. You can't handle trolls. So you're either not a 49ers fan or you're just hiding, one of the two. Or you're jaded. Please, I believe in you, Josh. You can do it. Our division is garbage, though. It is garbage. There's still potential to win the playoffs. There's still potential to go there. Like I said, like before, that, yeah, we have our issues, but the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals also have their – honestly, if I'm the Cardinals, I'm not feeling very good right now. We just lost to Seahawks pretty badly, a 16-6 loss. I feel like the Seahawks could also come down to earth. They're the hottest team right now. The Rams, they're not looking too hot either. They're kind of withering away towards the end. So Cardinals and Rams, I think we're in a good spot to possibly catch up to them. The Seahawks, though, are my one question mark because I do not know if they can carry that momentum. It just depends. Because right now, I think the Seahawks have a hold of the division. And, yeah, I'm not feeling too great if I'm the Seahawks, as in, like, anything can happen. There, like I said, there's like 4 or 5 games I think they could lose remaining. So, yeah, there's still there's still something to look at. There's still something to believe in. And that's the whole point of being part of a team. I preach it all the time, guys. It's about the journey. It's about being beside your team throughout the journey. You can be realistic. You can be realistic. You can be negative here. You can be positive there. You can have expectations, right? But have that belief, because any given Sunday is a real fucking thing. And the 49ers may be bad. They may be worse than the Bills, but any given Sunday, the Bills have been known, and I mean this, Bills have been known to play down to weaker competition. It just happens. They do it every year, and they could do it this game. There's a possibility of us winning this game. But if your expectations is a loss, I totally get it. Totally get it, 110%. Hopefully, NFC loses this week. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's possible. Seahawks play on the road. They could lose. Cards play against the Vikings. They could lose. Yep. You're telling me the 49ers are going to the playoffs? It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Cardinals are going to win the division. I think it's possible. It's such a. The Rams could win it. Seahawks can win it. Cardinals can win it. 49ers win it. It is such up for grabs. It's wild. Okay. And again, 49ers have their issues coming up, but people are not paying attention to the rest of the teams in that division. So, yes, I believe we're going to the playoffs because I believe. Anything's possible if it's wide open. If the NFC West, if it was like, if the Cardinals were what? I want to say right now, 9 and what would they be? Like 9-2, 9-3 or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't have my expectations or really have much belief that we're going to the playoffs. But that's not the case. They're struggling. Seahawks are just getting hot. And the Rams are dissipating. Rams have not looked great. They can only do so much you can see in a game. So, hey, just being realistic. Well, realistically, the 49ers can still make the playoffs. So I don't know if you're being realistic if you're saying we're not going to playoffs when we can literally go to the playoffs. You see what I mean? So it's like either hide behind your negativity or be a hater and you're not a fan of the team. It's one of the two. And if you want to say you're a 49ers fan, you want to tell people you're a 49ers fan, fine. But I do not believe you. And that's okay. All right. So I think that's everything, but we'll go ahead and watch the Brock Purdy interview. I think, what's his name? Strawberry wanted to watch that. Let's go ahead and watch that. Brock Purdy. That song, Brock Purdy by, what's his name? What's that dude's name by Travis King? He made a song about Brock Purdy, and I gotta tell you what, it's the most cringiest fucking thing I've ever heard. I'm not trying to be a hater, and you can call me a hater, it's fine. But I think it's awkward. All right, I think that song is awkward. And what do I mean by awkward? Is like he's like Brock Purdy. And it sounds like he's moaning, and it's just so weird, dude. I can't get over it. All right, so let's go watch the Brock Purdy interview. Let's just go ahead and get through this real quick. I'll bring up the Brock Purdy interview right now. All right, here we go. A large portion of our fan base is negative. Yeah, you got a lot of it's just people preying on negativity, grifting, etc. You get a lot of content creators who push negative perspectives consistently. There's a lot more of those. Grant Cohn, Jesse, who's the other guy? I think his name's Ryan something. You got a lot more people pushing negative rhetorics, right, towards the 49ers than you have good ones, than people actually believing or being realistic, right? You got people that have agendas because they get more views because one video talking shit, taking advantage of people's agitation, taking advantage of other teams who hate the 49ers. You're taking advantage of them as well. Because if you push that narrative that 49ers suck, you're going to get haters in your lives. And you're also going to get the 49ers fans who are agitated, who don't believe, who are negative, who you're going to get those. So you're getting both worlds when you're negative. But when you're positive, no hater wants to hear that, right? Somewhat a fan who's agitated, right? Who wants vindication in their agitation, who wants vindication of this is fucking bullshit and I'm angry and I need some sort of vindication. They're going to go to negative, angry responses. Angry, negative responses get more views than positive ones because it's catered to just the 49ers. And that's just how it is. And I feel like other teams deal with this as well because I have seen some fan bases, they have their own Grant Cohn. there are fan bases out there that have their own kind of like negative area as well. And believe it or not, I think the Philadelphia has it really bad. They're constantly talking shit about their team. I mean, every fucking week. I follow some content creators on TikTok. They hate their team. They talk shit about it so much. So I think Philly's probably worse than us, but like I said, grifting, being negative gets you way more of an audience than positive. So, all right, here is Brock Purdy's press conference. Let's see what he has to say. It's 8 minutes long. That's my man right there. All right. Good dude on and off the field, man. Just a great guy, man. Just a great guy. Let's go ahead and watch this. Got comments. A large portion of our fan base is negative. I'm just saying you'll get clarity on a couple questions from Purdy that you didn't get from Kyle. Let's just check it out. Let's check it out. They do have reasons, but you got to support your team, man. You just can't just bash them. It's a cold call. It is. Yeah, Hensley. Yes, sir. That dumb blonde who tried to flash the camera. I think it's slim, but there's a chance, but I'm not positive. Hey, Sharp, I agree with you, but hey, have to beat the Bills. We can do it, man. We can do it. It's possible. The expectation and belief are different. Let's go. Brock Purdy.
What happened against Seattle and just what's been going on with the shoulder?
It was just throughout the game and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really sure when or what, but with where I'm at now, I feel good. So going into this game, I'm excited to be able to play. So
When did you turn the corner? You thought we were out there earlier in the week. It looks like you weren't doing much, and all of a sudden today you were. Was it yesterday or what?
Just throughout the week and stuff, the different things that we did in terms of like a throwing program, I started feeling good. What was that? Or Thanksgiving yesterday. So like that's when I practiced and felt good about it. So and then today I felt really good at practice too. So
Was there, Kyle said you had to go back for a second MRI. I was like, did we miss something? Last week, are you having some natural concern of like, is this serious? What's going on here?
yeah, I mean, anytime you go through an injury and stuff like that, you want to know what's going on with your body and what, how long something could be, or if something's serious or not, if you're healthy or not. So all those things definitely ran through my mind, but glad everything was clean within the MRI and knowing that we had a plan to get ready for this week and I'm ready to go now. So
Yesterday practice, were you able to make all the throws?
yeah. Yep.
That's got to be a relief. I mean, the weather conditions, wind that you might have to deal with in Buffalo, just how important is it for you to have full arm strength ready to go?
Oh, for sure. If I'm out there playing, which is the plan, then I'll be able to make every throw that we have drawn up. So I wouldn't go out there playing, not 100%. Like I want to go out there feeling really good and have the confidence to make every throw. So that's the plan.
I think he played 45.
You guys may disagree with me on this, but I think he's lying. I think he believes that he can make those throws, all the throws that he plans to make, has the confidence in doing those. But for some reason, I think he's lying. And this is just a total opinion. There's nothing to prove it, right? There's like there's something off, and that could just be me. So you could disagree with me, but I think he is.
48 games in college. I don't know if you ever missed a game. And then here you played, including playoffs, I think 37 in a row. What was it like to not be preparing to play for a week?
Yeah, it was, it was tough going into the week.
That was, by the way, Brock Purdy's first game he's ever. Well, you can't count the Eagles game because he got hurt in that game. He was out, and then he didn't play a game afterwards. So there's that. But that was the first game Brock Purdy's missed since high school, man. It's high school.
I had the mindset of, all right, I'm going to see how I feel and I want to play. And then obviously I wasn't able to and wasn't ready. So for me, mentally, it was like, all right, this is different. It's new because I've always been able to find a way come game time to be ready to play for my guys, both in college and the NFL. So last week was definitely new, going into it knowing that I can't play and then obviously supporting Brandon and getting him ready and stuff. It was all new. So, but I'm glad we're moved on. We're healthy and ready for this one.
When was the last time that you were not able to start a football game?
Yeah. Maybe my junior year of high school, the first 3 games due to mono. So I think that was the first time.
That reminded me of Sam Darnold's mono. Do you guys remember when Sam Darnold came with mono and they had like on the billboard, bruh, Sam Darnold's out with mono. Oh, that's so funny.
Last year against the Rams, we just sat me or whatever. Like to stay healthy going into the playoffs. But the last time I missed because of, I couldn't go was high school. So
Did you have an opportunity to kind of just take a step back and take a view of just how the season has gone? Because, once the season starts, you're just grinding, getting ready for the next opponent. Did you afford yourself that opportunity at all to just kind of see where things can go here for the final 6 games?
Yeah. Last week, just, sitting on the sideline against Green Bay and stuff with, towards the end of the game, it was like, all right, this is where we're at and, what it's going to take moving forward and how we have to look at it, one day at a time. So for me, it was good reflection, just how hard the NFL is. A lot of games have come down to the last couple of possessions, fourth quarter. And, it can either go one way or another. And so we've experienced both this year and you can't take anything for granted. So started thinking about those kinds of things and more than anything, it's like you can't look too far ahead in the future still. We have, 6 games to play and all of our wants and desires and opportunity lies right in front of us. And so it's up to us. So it's really just, what I started reflecting on and where I was trying to get my mind at. So.
A lot of word salad, but it wasn't a bad answer. I think you have to listen to the wording. He said he can make all the throws in the game plan. So if there's throws he's limited, and those aren't in the game plan this week. That's what I thought too, dude. I totally thought that. I was like, there's like wording here. There's word salad in here. He's telling us something without telling us something. I agree with you 110%, Coward. Strawberry, I agree with you 110%. Tribe, best hater in the stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sadly, Papa J is not out in a boot. I think here right now. I think he. I can't remember the reason why he left, but he had to dip. He's wearing his backwards hat again. Coward's gonna throw a fit. Yeah, he's like, if he loses to the fucking Bills, I swear to God, you're gonna hear on Monday Coward go, "What are you expecting? How are you expecting to win? He's got a backwards hat. You knew he wasn't ready. He wasn't taking this seriously." Coward's gonna do that, dude. Oh my God, bro. Coward's gonna do that. He's not taking it seriously, okay, guys? Look at the backwards hat. What QB is taking it seriously? All right, let's finish this real quick.
You dove for the touchdown against the Seahawks. I think your dad has said in the past that that's sort of your calling card, something that you've done your whole life. Do you have to sort of rethink that moving forward, those types of plays?
No. I mean, obviously I want to be smart and, when you're diving at the pylon, be smart with the ball and not have it get hit out and be a touchback or a turnover or anything like that. But, that's part of my game of, being able to move around and do what it takes to get in the end zone. And I've done that, high school, college, and then NFL. So,
you just kind of start doing it.
Yeah, obviously be smart, protect myself kind of thing. But, it's my competitive nature. I want to make it happen if I can. So, and being smart about it. So
go play a team as daunting as Buffalo without the left side of your starting offensive line. How do you process that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you'd love to have your guys that are starting play, but I mean, that's the NFL and I have all the trust in the world in the guys that, we have behind our starters. And so Jalen Moore, I think, has done a great job coming in. And then Ben Barch, we know he's had history of playing as a starter in the NFL. So, that's part of the game. Guys get banged up, guys get thrown in. But with the unit that we've had, I think we've had guys that have a lot of reps and trusting them for sure. So just got to go out and compete and get it done.
That is true. Like I don't remember who said it. I think it was Juan who said it, or was it Strawberry? I don't know. Correct me. But Jalen Moore played great actually against the Packers for the most part. But And that's good. That's good news. I mean, if he can if he can replicate that same play against next week for Brock's blind spot, that'd be fantastic. I think like you want more from that backup left tackle, but you can take what you get at this point, right? As for Aaron Banks being out, that's huge. I expect Burford to take that spot. I think Strawberry said Barsh will take that spot. I don't know. Either way, I just hope that the blind spot, it's the blind spot. That's my biggest concern because he can get laid the fuck out and get hurt for the rest of the season. Like, that's my worry. But from what I heard, apparently, pass blocking was Jalen Moore's best thing against the Packers. So that's good. That's good for Brock Purdy's sake. But let this just emphasize the fact that next year, if we do not see a free agent offensive lineman, draft an offensive lineman, we need a riot. We need to riot. We need to do something to like force the 49ers to get offensive linemen next year. That is top priority. It's crazy.
Similar question, but not when you're not diving, for a touchdown. Where there were, I don't think you slid against the Seahawks, and there were, instances where you took some decent hits, maybe, 2nd and 18, and you gained 4. I mean, are those things that you have to I realize your adrenaline's going, you're competitive, but you have to maybe rethink those type of situations?
For sure. It's a long game. It's 4 quarters. It's a long season. And so, when it's 2nd and 18, just like you said, instead of, getting a gain of 4 and lowering your shoulders and trying to get everything you get and being a competitor, I mean, I think it just comes down to the situation and being smart, not only just protecting myself, but for my team, I want to be available to play and compete for my team and my guys around me. So definitely got to think about all of those things and just be smart. How can I check the ball down, get the ball into a tight end or receiver's hands, running back's hands as a check down.
The way he says it, it's as if George Kittle's not on the field. He's like, I just got to give it to the hands, got to give it to the tight end. And it's like, yeah, that should be like the number one thing. He's your best weapon out there right now.
Definitely got to think about those things. So it's the NFL and I have to learn, as we go and to be smart and protect my body for sure.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, guys.
What's all this? What the fuck is this? Why is the 40? Is this the 40? Oh, this is SF Niners. Okay. This is the SF Niners posting this. I thought it was the 49ers account. And I was like, why are they telling us this is how he got? I'm sorry, that would have been funny. Okay, I was gonna say that was this SF Niners video. That's fucking hilarious. Zach Frey says, "Go Bills!" I'm assuming you're a Bills fan. Welcome, man. I expect you guys to do good, man. But hey, I hope we win it. Man. I hope it's a good game at least. Good to have you. Me, this is a must win. I would love I mean, it's definitely up there. I don't think it's a must win. The must wins are the Chicago Bears, Dolphins, Rams, and Cardinals. Those 4 games are must wins. To be honest, with the weather, it's probably the best that they aren't throwing a lot anyways. Run the ball. If Brock isn't 100%, then exactly. That's kind of plays into the game plan thing that he said, like you said, was like, yeah, I could do everything in the game plan. So maybe the game plan is to use the 3-headed monster, Isaac Garendo, Jordan Mason, and some what's his name? CMC in there. Hopefully more Jordan Mason. Come on, Kyle. Do for the fans, dude. Do for the fans. If we go 6'11", do we get Kyle? No, but he is in the hot seat next year because there is a reality here that I think 90 or 95% of coaches would struggle with the current injuries and this what's happening to this team. But I would definitely put him on the hot seat next year for sure. That Packers D-line is so good too. I don't know if they are, but if they are, man, that's more power to them because they actually played pretty well for considering who was on that D-line, offensive line. There it is. Kyle wouldn't commit to who is playing left guard, but Brock said Barch. I believe Barch. Did he say Barch? Hey, whoever's a better option. But I am shocked. If Barch does end up playing over Burford, I would be shocked. I'll give him one chance. He's definitely on the hot seat next year if we don't make the playoffs. If we do not make the playoffs, dude's on the hot seat next year. But we do not fire him. That'd be rash. That'd be rash. Bills. Greg, I would give Kyle the benefit of the doubt and give him one more season to pull it together and get the playoff win if he does it yet, for sure. Yeah, sometimes the players that just suck. True. All right, guys, that is everything. We went through all the videos. We heard what Brock Purdy had to say. He's ready to play, says he can do everything in the game plan. So there's no excuses heading into this game for Brock Purdy. We just saw Kyle Shanahan's press conference. I was not a fan. It could have just been because of the bad news I got and the super high expectations I feel like he's given us for Greenlaw. But Strawberry's right. We need to not just listen to that expectation, just kind of reel ourselves in for that one, because he has been, like, even John Lynch himself too. They both do it. They really set a high bar expectations for players when they come back. And so that's just a fact. Then what else? What else? We talked about that. And then we talked about the Bills game. Obviously, the Bills are favored by 6 points from what I saw. It could be 7 points, whatever. But I think it's going to be under. I got the 49ers winning 27-24. But if you ask me based on expectation, I like Juan's prediction of 31-17. So I'm going to say 31-24. Let me know what your guys' predictions are, because the 49ers are going to have to score more than 20 points to win this game, because our defense is going to allow touchdowns. Expect it. And then obviously Cameron Erming has been released. Sebastian Gutierrez is going to take his spot in the practice squad, most likely be called up for this game because Trent's going to be out and Banks is out, but Pooney is back in. So the right side is all starters. Left side blind spot is going to be a little bit scary. They do expect the weather to dissipate with light showers by kickoff. So it's just going to be really snow. There's just going to be snow all over the place, deep snow with some rain. And that's my concern, though, is Brock Purdy's never been – he's sometimes the ball slips from his hands, and I think in a rain game this might affect that. So hopefully it doesn't happen, but that's what I think. And then we'll see other news. Oh, and the last but not least, Ronnie Bell has been released. Yes, man. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take it in and be like, no more fucking clutch drop passes that win us games. No more consistently bad shit. No more drop punts. No more of forcing that dude in the lineup because of injuries. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be happy about that. I'm gonna take it in. He's gone. He's gone, and we never have to worry about that shit again. Okay? It's done. It's gone. So let's just enjoy that. Papa J is back at the end of it. Hey, man, there'll be another show tomorrow, though. Wolfie and Poggy show. Hope to see you there, man. Hope to see it. You made it just in time, though, for us to say goodbye. So there's that. But I do think I do too. I think he's going to win a game. It's going to be a very tough game. But believe. I'm going to think about the score prediction too much upon. Hey, we got tomorrow to think about it. 9 a.m. Wolfie Poggy show, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Be there. It's going to be awesome. Poggy's going to get all pissy because I'm rubbing his face that I got the W. So it's going to be cool. Be there for that. Thank you so much, Papa J, for joining the stream. You're awesome as always. Greg Dayton, thank you so much for joining the team. Join the live as well. Val B, always good to see us. Strawberry Reacts and Juan. Dope people, man. You guys are awesome. Always love having you guys in here. Zay Frey, good luck against the Bills. Sorry, against the 49ers, man. Hope it's a good game. I want it at least be a good game. You know what I mean? Tribe, always good to have the hater back. Always good to see the favorite hater. Our favorite hater. Who else? Kelly Vicarietti. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate you. C-Star, good to see you. Thank you so much. Hope to see more of you, man. And Santa Clara fella, thank you so much for pouring a little bit of water in our cup. A little bit of positivity, you know what I mean? Love it. And Sam, good to see you, Samuel. Debo Prods. And I think that's everyone. God, man, you guys were active today, man. It's good to see it. You guys were active, yo. Love to see it. To everyone who watches this live later, sub if you haven't subbed already. Helps out the channel, helps me grow, And one day we could become like this small channel into this really big channel and just be a really awesome community, because that's what I want this to be. Just one big conversation, just one big community, right? That's what I want to see. That's the dream. Like the live. If you hate everything else I make, but this live tickled your fancy, made you go just a little bit, hit the like button. Helps me out a lot. Makes my 49ers heart go from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow.